Hi guys, and welcome to this special edition episode of League of Rum. I'm Rum and me, and today we're going to be looking at the Nasus build guide that I currently run, and just to get a view of how best to progress with him as a top lane pusher. So let's just go through this very quick. This is going to be a short video just to tick over the points, as the video I uploaded yesterday was so long. So Nasus I've not played an awful lot, although I do enjoy playing him. I'm currently only a level 2 brawler with him. I've not ranked up a lot since my gathering videos. I'm still only 16, so there's still a lot of areas where I'll need to elaborate and show a few screenshots of what my build's going to look like. Okay, so we'll start with the runes. My rune tab 2 is currently my Nasus tab. As you can see, I'm just stacking the marks with mark of attack. They will all be marks of attack. With the seal, I'm stacking seals of health to increase Nasus's health further. And then the quints and the glyphs are my most important runes. Because as you can see, all I'm doing on these is stacking my cooldown reduction. For anyone that's watched my first video will know that how I play Nasus is just to completely stack out Q and then just hammer Q. For the first 15 minutes of the game, probably you just want to be attacking minions and getting your Q rating up, because when you kill an enemy with Q, you get the increased attack damage. Once the attack damage picks up, you'll then become a bigger threat to the enemy. As you'll see further in my build guide, I like to stack the armor with the cooldown reduction, and you can just nail away then, because as your damage picks up, you'll just get more and more aggressive in the fight and progress further in that top lane. The masteries that I've currently got for Nasus, I've got under tab 5 here. We'll start with the cunning, since I've already placed some points in there. So as you can see, the build starts as Wanderer with full 5 points for the increased movement speed. As you'll see, playing Nasus, he is a very slow character, so it's very helpful to just get that little bit of improvement there, just to make him better in pushing the attack, but also in escape when you find that you're having to evade the enemies. Moving on from this, I've got Assassin, which increases some damage against champions when no allied champions are nearby. If you're pushing top and your jungler's away, you'll normally find that you need this just to put that bit more damage down on the enemy champions, especially in the early game, because you'll find that your outputs are not that good, especially when you're just stacking defensive items, so you need to be building that queue very quickly. Merciless, again, just to ensure that you're bringing them enemy champions down quicker. To be honest with you, in the end game, when you've got the high stacks of attack damage, Merciless will probably be quite irrelevant, because it's not hard for Nasus to slam down a 50% damage Q when you've got the damage that high. But increased damage where that's not the case, fantastic. Can just chip away at the harder enemies, at the tanks, at the less squishy opponents that you do need to bring down. Moving on, we've got Dangerous Game. Champion kills and assists restore 5% of your missing health and mana. What you do find with Nasus is keeping the mana up can be quite difficult. It does drain quite fast. So this is a nice little bonus just to keep you in competitive combat when there's more than one enemy champion around, or when you're killing a champion and still some of the minions, just so you can keep your mana up, so you can keep hitting that Q and bringing down the enemies and building up your attack power. Intelligence. Your cooldown reduction cap is increased. Its highest rank is increased to 45%. You gain 5% cooldown reduction. Fantastic. That's the aim of the game with Nasus, to be totally honest with you, is to stack the cooldown reduction so that Q comes back as quick as possible towards the end game, even in the mid game when you've got the 3 main cooldown reduction items and you've got the intelligence already in there. Your cooldowns are a lot quicker, so you find that it's a lot easier to get the kind of end product out of stacking the damage. Following this, I'm going to go with Thunderlord's Decree. Your third attack or damaging spell against the same enemy champion called down lightning strike, doing magic damage in the area. It's just going to help with the damage output, with finishing off the enemy champions. That's the main aim of the Thunderlord's Decree. It's a very dangerous addition in the build anyway, so we'll find it quite handy. Following this, once we've got us 18 points in Cunning, we're going to stack into Resolve with the last of our points. As you might guess, we're going to put the full 5 in Unyielding for the increased bonus armor and magic resist, just to make us more survivable and less squishy. Following this, we're going to go with the Tough Skin. We'll take 2 less damage from champion and neutral monster basic attacks. So just about reducing the damage that we're taking in, to give us more chance to smash out as many Qs as we can and build that attack power. Then we'll go on to Runic Armor. We'll go with the full 5 stacks in there. Shields, healing, regeneration and lifesteal on you are stronger. Lifesteal is really important to keep you in the combat in the later games, keep your health up when you're chipping away at the enemies. And just all in all, the Resolve column is just for our survivability. As final point, then that'll take us up to the 30 of going Perseverance. That gives us a base health regen and increases a lot when you're in the low health margin. This is good for just keeping you in the fight again. Less times you've got to portal back to your start area and start building your health again. It's just good for Nasus to keep up there, because you want to be killing as many of the minions as you can with the Q to stack the attack damage. But also, if an enemy tries to gank you or drop in on you, you've got a better survivability if you've got more health and more defense, which is why the last of the points are going in Resolve there. Moving on to the spells. I use a similar spells in most of the characters I play, to be honest. So we use Flash. It's very helpful on the Nasus because it's so slow. So if an enemy darts away or uses Flash themselves, it can keep you up to them and keep you in a combative area, so you can reach them with the slow. So you can reach them with the E spell. I can't remember its name off the top of my head. But also so you can be up there to get the kill with the Q preferentially, because Q on a low health enemy, if you get the kill obviously, it'll give you a higher attack boost than killing a minion with Q. So something to keep in mind. As well as this, I always kind of heal, because I find it's very helpful in the early game. It makes you move a little bit quicker, it takes the health boost up there, just to keep you competitive, and it might just give you that edge to get the killing blow on an enemy champion, or escape if you've got yourself caught under a turret, which obviously isn't the preferential place to be, but it just gives you a bit more of a chance to get out of there and still have some health if you're getting chased down, or if you're chasing down but you're quite low health and you need to duck through the turret. It's just helpful to have. And that one, as I said, is Flash. Okay, so with the item sets, with Nasus, I start very similar with a lot of the guys, with health potions, the totem, and the increase in health, or an attack item depending which character. So that's my normal general start sort of types. So we go with the Ruby Crystal, the Warding Totem, and 2 health potions. Now the aim of the early game with Nasus is to push for these 3 items. So you need to be aiming towards the Kindle Gem, which is an improvement on the Ruby Crystal, so it's a nice progression there. The Glacial Shroud, and the Sheen. Why these 3 items? Very simply, cooldown reduction. Again, it's all about getting the Q out there really early, so you need to be aiming for these 3 items very early in the game. Preferably, aiming for in the first 10 minutes. Shouldn't be too hard, because you're up at the top lane. When you're attacking, you're getting the enemy's low health, and then you just hit Q when it's a killing blow. It's an instant cast. You'll get that kill. You'll get that gold. You'll get that stack. That's what you're aiming for. Going on from this, as with all my builds, I show a mid build, which is just the interim items between my initial items and what I need for my targeted end game. The mid build on this is for my straight end game, what I'd normally aim for. However, I do have an alternate final build on this character, which I'll run into as well. So the Iceborne Gauntlet is probably going to be the first item you get. As for the build for it, you're using these two items. You're using the Sheen and the Glacial Shroud. So this item becomes very, very cheap at 650 gold once you've got your early game items. So it's worth going in there for just to bring it all together. Frees up your another item slot from having the two in there. And obviously it gives you the continued cooldown reduction as well as a good armor boost, some good mana, which I would say is important because it does run low very quickly on Nasus. It also provides you a little unique passive of Spellblade. Using an ability, the next basic attack deals bonus physical damage equal to 100% of base attack damage in an area and creates an icy zone for 2 seconds that slows movement speed by 30%. Size of the zone increases with bonus armor. This is a big move because we stack quite a bit of defensive gear, so the armor will pick up there. So it's handy to have just to increase that zone. Moving on, we go with Spirit Visage, 500 health, 55 magic resist, 200 base health regen, and the 10% cooldown reduction. This build carries on with the Kindle Gem build, but also brings in some magic resistance while holding the cooldown reduction and increases your healing by 25% that you receive. Go with the Ninja Tabi then. Ninja Tabi brings some more armor in, which goes with the unique passive on the Iceborne Gauntlet. The Spellblade, the zone that builds there, as it said, it increases with armor. So the Ninja Tabi brings in a bit more armor, it brings in 30 armor, as well as blocking some damage from basic attacks and giving you the movement speed there. Movement speed is very helpful because, as I've said a few times, Nasus is very, very slow. Next up we have Righteous Glory. Righteous Glory gives you 500 health, 300 mana, and 100% base health regen. Again, just building the health regeneration there. It carries a passive unique, which is Eternity. 15% of damage taken from champions is gained as mana. Spending mana restores 20% of the cost as health, up to 25 per spell cast. Again, it increases your mana, it keeps your mana up there when you're getting attacked. So it keeps you competitive, it keeps you combative, it keeps you in the fight. Where Nasus without this will often find he's running out of mana, he's stuck in a to and fro with another champion, and you're going to end up having to hightail it out of there because you just don't have the mana to continue. It also comes with a unique active skill which grants movement speed of 75% when moving towards enemies or enemy turrets for 4 seconds. After 3 seconds, a shockwave is emitted, slowing nearby enemy champion movement speed by 75%. Very good for chasing. Very, very good for chasing. You hit that to speed you up, you catch up to that enemy, the shockwave then pops and slows the enemy down. I'm hoping to get some videos down where you see how useful these items can be. It didn't show so much in the first video, in total honesty. Moving on, we have the Dead Man's Plate. I start Dead Man's Plate in a lot of my builds because of the build-up speed. Okay, it gives you the 500 health and 500 armor. Again, the armor stacks with the Iceborne Gauntlet, but also the massive health boost, as well as the unique passive of Dreadnought. While moving, builds stacks of momentum, increasing movement speed up to 60 at 100 stack. Basically, it makes you move more quickly, which again, with Nasus, the stacks build up really quickly, so your speed picks up, and there you go. You can get around the map a lot quicker. It only lasts when you're out of combat and the stacks only build in, but then when you do get to combat, you get the second unique passive of Crushing Blow. Basic attacks discharge all the momentum, dealing 1 physical damage per 2 stacks. 100 stacks of discharge damage is doubled and the target is slowed by 50%. It's good for breaking into combat, just dropping in and landing on an enemy there, hitting them with the Q or whatever really, just hitting them, getting the slow on them, and start unloading on them. Hopefully get a kill on that because they're struggling to escape them. A little bit of time, but stack that with some of your other skills, like the Righteous Glory drop, with the built-in speed reduction under, I think it's W for Nasus. You're going to be able to take them enemies down and keep them within your range more easily. On the endgame build is Guardian Angel. Guardian Angel is good and bad in some points. The good points, 60 armor, again stacking with your Iceborne Gauntlet, you can see the trend now, plus a bit more magic resistance. Upon taking lethal damage, which kills you basically, restores a greater of 700 health, or 30% of maximum health, with 30% of maximum mana after 4 seconds of stasis. Basically, you die for 4 seconds, you respawn, and you've got that chunk of health there, another 30% health, to try and either recover, escape, or bring down the enemy champion. It's good in one-on-one combat, where you've had a good dig at them and you've brought them down quite well. The bad side is when you die the first time and go into the stasis for 4 seconds. It's quite clear to an enemy that you've got Guardian Angel, basically because the pop-up doesn't come up to say you've been killed. That doesn't come up to say you've been killed. If you have a swarm of champions around you, most of them are not going to disappear and leave you just to respawn after 4 seconds. Most of them are just going to hang around, you're going to pop back up, they're going to kill you, and that's that wasted. But at the same time, if you're in a team fight, you get brought down, the team members still there fighting the good fight, it's going to bring you back, put you right back in that combat, and you're going to be in a really good position just to take down the enemy and assist your allied champions. Nasus is often quite a well-targeted champion because people like to bring him down because of how dangerous he can be. So that can bring you back into the fight and get back into the main game there. My alternate is exactly the same, however we don't bring in the Guardian Angel, we bring in the Z-Rock Portal. Why would you bring in the Z-Rock Portal? Lower armor, yes, but a higher magic resistance. Brings in the base health regeneration there, and it's good for lane progression, because you get to place the Void Spawn, okay? Well, you don't place the Void Spawn, you place a Void Gate, and what happens is Void spawn out of it, and the first and every 4th Void Spawn is 15% of maximum health as damage. What they do is they walk through all enemy units, march right through, continue to turrets, and explode on turrets. Benefits of that, if you're not making the lane progression in the top lane, you set them out, you've got good health because you've got good health items already down, that 15% is going to be big, you're chipping away at the turret, you're making progression, even when the lane's not pushing, or when you've got enemy champions in the way. Okay? If you're distracting them enemy champions, the Void Spawn should walk straight through and hit the turret. Some straight up damage straight away. Less issue, less kind of trouble. You can do that every 120 seconds. Okay? The Void Gate lasts for 120 seconds. You're basically looking at for every 4 seconds, which is when the spawns happen, you're making constant damage against the turret as long as the Void Spawn are getting through. On top of this is the other unique passive, the Point Runner. You build a movement speed stack for being near the Void Gate, as well as being near turrets and fallen turrets. It just gives you a bit more speed for keeping in combat or escaping, whatever's required in the situation. So that's just a brief view there of Nasus. For Nasus himself, you'll have to check him out, give him a go, see how you find him, but he's a very good melee champion, especially in the late game when you've got the stacks up. Feel free to check out my other step through walk guides and look at my other videos that just look at how I play various characters. So far I've got Garen up there, I've got Nasus up there, and be looking out for Xin Zhao coming next. So thanks guys for all your time, thanks for checking out my video, don't forget to like and subscribe, thanks all, peace!